Jennette McCurdy's Half His Age is a contemporary literary fiction novel that explores teenage intimacy, disconnection, and the search for love through the eyes of Waldo, a 17-year-old girl navigating awkward relationships, societal expectations, and her own yearning heart. At the center of Half His Age is Waldo, a 17-year-old girl who feels profoundly disconnected from her own body and the boys she dates. Her experiences with sex are mechanical, lacking intimacy, and leave her feeling hollow. Waldo craves connection, but finds only emptiness, haunted by her mother's cutting words that she is hard to love. This phrase becomes a refrain in her mind, shaping her self-image and relationships. Waldo internalizes the belief that to be loved, she must want less, minimize her needs, mute her desires, and make herself easier to accept. Yet this strategy only deepens her loneliness. After another unsatisfying hookup, she breaks up with her boyfriend Randy in a manner as unceremonious as the relationship itself, underscoring the novel's theme of emotional detachment. The narrative unfolds as Waldo attempts to reconcile her yearning for intimacy with the reality of her experiences. McCurdy portrays her as both vulnerable and resilient, a young woman caught between societal pressures and personal longing. Waldo's journey is not just about teenage romance, but about identity, self-worth, and the struggle to feel seen and valued. The novel also explores broader themes of societal expectations around females' desire and agency. Waldo's discomfort reflects the cultural messages young women receive about being too much or too needy. Her attempts to suppress her desires highlight the damaging effects of these expectations, while her eventual recognition of her own worth suggests a path toward healing. McCurdy's writing blends emotional depth with sharp observation, capturing the awkwardness of adolescence and the complexity of growing up in a world that often diminishes young women's voices. The prose is intimate, raw, and unflinching, inviting readers to empathize with Waldo's vulnerability while questioning the cultural forces that shape her. Themes: sex as disconnection. Waldo's encounters emphasize the gap between physical intimacy and emotional connection. Self-image and worth. Her mother's words shape Waldo's belief that she must diminish herself to be loved. Adolescence and identity. The novel captures the confusion and yearning of teenage life. Societal expectations. McCurdy critiques cultural pressures that silence or minimize female desire. Climax and resolution. The climax comes when Waldo confronts the emptiness of her relationships and begins to question whether the problem lies within her or in the expectations imposed upon her. The resolution is subtle but powerful. Waldo starts to reclaim her sense of agency, recognizing that her desires are valid and that true intimacy requires authenticity, not suppression. Style and resolution. McCurdy's prose is introspective, poignant, and deeply personal, blending literary fiction with coming-of-age themes. Readers have praised Half His Age for its honest portrayal of teenage vulnerability and its critique of societal norms, though some note its rawness can be unsettling. It has quickly become a notable contemporary romance literary fiction release of 2026. Bottom line, Half His Age is a raw, emotionally resonant novel about adolescence, intimacy, and self-discovery, perfect for readers who appreciate literary fiction that challenges cultural narratives around love and desire.